thinking not to concede more than 2 scores.
How do we think it's going to go?
It's going to be a one-sided game with one team attacking and the other one defending. And hopefully we see a goal very quickly.
Guys, go?
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, for our Sociedad benefit, if he doesn't concede early, it's going to be good, but Barca needs to score as well to get into the game and get the supporters behind them.
OK, let's get to our commentary team, Terry Gibson and John Driscoll.
Thank you, Scott. Welcome along. Barca have lost their leadership of La Liga and they've lost their president. There really would be an air of crisis if they were to lose this Copa del Rey semi-final as well. The harsh truth is that they have not been as good since Messi returned to the team, certainly in La Liga. 5 points from 4 matches. Whatever the cause, it's a situation we need to change quickly. A convincing win in this first leg would push the doubts aside. There's no place in the Barca 11 for Andres Iniesta again. Pinto replaces Valdez in goal, as usual for the Copa del Rey. That's the only change from the defeat against Valencia. Other than that, it's the same outfield 10. Messi's got 4 goals in the Copa del Rey since making his return in this tournament. The message from Sociedad is pretty clear. Arasata names 3 central defenders, 2 fullbacks and 3 pretty defensive midfield players as well. It's only Vela and Griezmann who are out-and-out proper attacking players, and they will do their share of work as well. They're fast and informed. Griezmann in particular, the Frenchman, is much sought after by wealthier clubs than Real Sociedad. Terry, do you echo the disappointment, the lack of Iniesta?
I will always echo the disappointment of Iniesta, and it's, I thought the idea, maybe arresting him at the weekend, was to make sure he's fit for tonight.
Oh, it's a curious backpass in the end by Gaztanyaga, one of the young Sociedad players who's come into the team, 22-year-old, very inexperienced.
I wonder how he feels Iniesta as well. It's been a long time after making his breakthrough, particularly under Pep Guardiola. Became a regular, became a world-class player, club and international level. To be sitting on the bench as much as he has done this season. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. He's too good to be sitting on anyone's bench, that's for sure.
It's Fabregas who's keeping him out. That was his ball into the feet of Lionel Messi. Now Vela will try and cause some problems, and he's doing that. He's got support coming here as well from Griezmann. Early chance for Sociedad, and a save by Pinto. A crucial save in only the 3rd minute of the game. And those 2 pacey forward players for Sociedad did cause problems for Barca.
It's just a straightforward clearance, wasn't it? And how many times is Tata Martino going to watch Mascherano struggle in those situations before deciding that Puyol or Bartra might be a better option, or Barcelona think the better option might be to go and buy a central defender? It's clear they need one. Everybody can see it. Mascherano fielded in that position as an emergency situation, really, initially, and now he finds himself part of the, what I assume is the strongest 11 from Tata Martino. They changed Valdez for Pinto, but as we saw the lineup at the weekend, same 10 outfield. He has to do better than that.
Here's Jordi Alba. He's got his cross in. Alexis Sanchez pulling around the back. Scored from a not dissimilar position to give him the lead against Valencia.
It's a straightforward clearance. Mascherano makes a real mess of it. He actually plays it into the path of Carlos Vela. Lays it to the side to Antoine Griezmann. Pinto makes a decent save. He's fortunate, the power, that it's straight at him. He just has to palm it away. Anything to the side there would have been a real issue for the goalkeeper.
Alexis Sanchez caught. I don't think we'll see the aggravation that you've just watched in the Madrid derby in this game between Barcelona and Real Sociedad. The Copa del Rey semi-finalists are the 4 top teams from last season in La Liga. Sociedad are 6th at the moment. Their chances of getting into Europe next season considerably enhanced by the big 3 being in the Copa del Rey semis with them. The losing finalist would get into Europe if the team above them is in the Champions League. And if two of the top teams are in the final of the Copa del Rey, it goes down the league an extra place. There's a break on here for Sociedad. How are Barcelona going to deal with it? They don't need to deal with it. Poor ball by Castañaga.
Effectively, it's a back eight for Real Sociedad, and then every time they get the ball, they're looking to release Griezmann or Vela. More often than not, it would just be the two Barcelona defenders back in position. And everybody, the quickest, whoever is in a position, chase back and try and put them under as much pressure as possible.
Here's Jordi Alba again. You see the blue shirts, including Sociedad, are all getting behind the ball. Everybody behind the ball for Sociedad there, including Griezmann and Vela. Messi waiting in the centre-forward position, pretty orthodox centre-forward position. Here he is now, Lionel Messi. His form in this competition has been good. Hat-trick of assists in the first game against Levante. Pedro going for the shot. It was off target. As we've seen though from Barca.
It's a decent attempt from Pedro, an excellent play from Lionel Messi, and Jordi Alba makes the overlap, just draws the defender away slightly. Allows Pedro space to find an attempt, and it just flies over the crossbar.
There's Vela to Griezmann. Griezmann's got pace. Got an eye for goal this season as well. Easily his best goal-scoring season with 17. 14 of them in La Liga. Makes him the third top scorer in the league. Now Alexis Sanchez. Alves just waiting behind him, not going on the overlapping run. And Xavi again, talking about how long he's going to go playing on for. Xavi, depending on his fitness. When he makes that decision, header away by Ansu Tegui. It's just Fabregas again.
See lots of change of direction of attack from Barcelona. Here we see Griezmann again. Jordi Alba does really well. I mean, he's a real asset. You can see him getting forward, but I think he could be a real asset in defence. If you're going to be a top defender for Barcelona, you need that pace. You can see he spots the danger there. For once he was in a defensive position, was able to clear up against Griezmann.
There's Vela, the Mexican, former Mexican international. Piqué had to make that header. Should still be a current Mexican international, Carlos Vela. Just falling out with the national team setup. Refuses to go and play anymore. Didn't take them long to get everybody behind the ball again, the Basque team. Now Messi from the deeper position. It's got a long way to go from here.
It's never going to take them long to get everybody back behind the ball, because 8 of them are not going in front of the ball.
Sociedad, French-born, but a Basque player who's played for the Basque representative team. Griezmann's a genuine Frenchman. He's played for the French underage teams all the way through. He's come to the end of a ban that he got for partying while on international duty. So he's a candidate to break into the senior team now. Here's Xavi. He's got plenty of international experience, Xavi, of course, hasn't he? 130 caps. Very experienced Barcelona team. I know they're not particularly old, most of them. But they played a lot of football at the top level. Fouled by Elizondo, who's 26, but far less experienced. And Messi tackled by Castañaga, but goes straight again to another Barcelona player, Dani Alves. There's a Angel went over there, the fullback who's on loan from Roma. Arrasate is the young coach of Real Sociedad. Just took over back in the summer. Montagnier, who had been in charge, moved on. Tata Martino also took over in the summer from Tito Villanova, who was ill. So speculation, some reports in the press saying that Barca will talk about a new contract to Tata Martino. I think more speculation is saying that the movements will come and he won't be around next season. Next few weeks might decide that, might they? Back run in La Liga, defeats in the Copa, and maybe against Manchester City. And his days would be numbered. Mikel Gonzalez has gone over heavily here. He made that challenge. He won the goal kick for Sociedad.
So there's a problem with his wrist or his hand. Pedro just catches him. Accidental collision.
Was it on his chest? Did he just stamp on his chest as he's going down, I wonder?
Clearly is his chest.
With Pedro. Pretty certain he didn't mean it. If it was Diego Costa or Arbeloa or somebody, you'd pretty much guess that they did. Here's Fabregas. And Messi accelerates to the edge of the penalty area. He feeds Dani Alves and he flicks it on the cross. And somehow it's not turned in. Fabregas had carried on his run to the back post. Didn't get any weight in his shot at all. And Zubikaray, the goalkeeper, was there and waiting to make an untidy save.
See, Real Sociedad are willing to allow Barcelona into wide attacking positions. They feel they can deal with a cross coming into the box, but when it slid across behind the defenders, across the 6-yard box.
It's Fabregas, and he comes out to Alexis, into the side netting. Wasn't convincing goalkeeping that time. He was lucky that Alexis put the eventual shot wide.
Two clear chances for Barcelona. First by Fabregas, that was passed up, and this one, at the short corner, it's a long-range effort. Zubikaray makes the save, pushes it out into a dangerous area. Then we see the one from Fabregas. He miskicks it completely, comes off with one leg onto the other, and they're able to clear it. That was promising for Barcelona.
And Pedro will show his pace again here. Zubikaray had to come out, help out Mikel Gonzalez there. He's never going to win a straight race against Pedro.
Arrasate set up a tactical system. I don't think that includes playing with 2 balls for Barcelona.
Might see a bit more of it if there were 2 balls. Sociedad. I don't fancy their possession stats are going to be too high. It's Pedro again. Xavi. Subtle touch from Xavi just to take him into a little bit of space. And again, it's Alba and Pedro linking up, and it's Jordi Alba who delivers. The big man Ansategui who won the first header. He was almost as big. Mikel Gonzalez won the second. This is Zaldua. He's been coming in for the Copa del Rey games at right back in place of Carlos Martinez. Jose Angel. Skillfully done away from Dani Alves. Not lightning fast, the fullback. Good run though. Griezmann can pick it up here. To Vela. Zurutuza was forward as well. Either Vela or Griezmann is a centre forward. There's a little bit of room there, Carlos Vela. They invited him to shoot, he did. There's no threat to Pinto's goal.
It's the first time we've seen Jose Angel push forward. There's no reason why fullbacks can't get forward in this system that Arasati is employing. There will still be sufficient defenders around to cover in case Barcelona win the ball back quickly. Nico Gonzalez just easing Pedro off the ball out. It's a risky challenge.
Here comes Jordi Alba again, galloping forward as ever and finding Pedro, as he's done so many times before in this game already. Jordi Alba to the byline. Deflects off Elizondo, one of the defensive midfield players. Corner for Barcelona.
Success lately, with Piqué in particular. In corners. They'll take any way they can to break down this defence from Real Sociedad. They've passed up 2 chances.
There's attack by Gerard Piqué. He got there. The header went a long way wide. It's Neymar's birthday today. Happy birthday to him. Not a particularly happy birthday. He's injured for a 7th game in a row and seems to be very frustrated with the behind the scenes events at Barcelona, where the president had to stand down over the transfer that brought Neymar to Spain. But the worst thing of all, of course, as a young footballer, is not to be playing. Busquets. Dani Alves. Shot well off target. The truth of the matter is, Terry, that brilliant player that Neymar is, they've got plenty of other players in those positions. It's not really what they wanted, what they needed, sorry. It is it's exactly what they wanted, is not what they needed.
Unless they change him into a centre-back. He'll be feeling the pressure as well, because his price tag is going up by the day, isn't it? I expected a lot from him when it was 57 million, and it's gone up to 80 million. It could go higher. I think the expectation levels are going to increase.
They've not got a good record in the transfer market, Barcelona. Brilliant at producing their own players, of course, and moulded into a fabulous team under Guardiola. Continued for a season between Villanova and Jordi Rohrer, of course, who was in charge of the team this time last year. Villanova was having treatment for cancer. And they won the league at 100 points.
We shouldn't forget as well that defeat at the weekend was the first time they've been top for 59 rounds of league football, and they still are a fantastic football team.
It's a corner.
But one defeat does represent a crisis, particularly at home for Barcelona.
Well, the pressure from the 2 Madrid teams has been so strong, hasn't it? A couple of bad results, because they got the draw against Levante. Draw with Atletico Madrid wasn't a bad result. And the defeat against Valencia. Well, Gonzalez is down. He is holding his body in a similar position to when he was last down.
It's clearly a chest rib injury, isn't it? Possibly. And they are difficult to run off. Before the initial pain, you thought that he might be able to get away with it. It might just go away, that pain, if he's cracked a rib.
Carlos Martinez, who's the fullback I was talking about earlier. He's a big man, isn't he, Carlos Martinez? So with the 3 central defenders, it's probably not a really alien position for him to come and play the right side of the central defence. This is not going to help, though. Inviting him to leave the pitch for the time being.
He's not going to be able to continue, is he? So Carlos Martinez getting ready there. Nico Gonzalez has to be replaced. I think he was hoping for a minute or so, wasn't he, to see if he could recover, but clearly isn't.
The header is flicked on by Busquets at the near post, and Fabregas was then lurking. A couple of threatening set pieces from Barca.
It's something they've clearly worked on. In the past, they haven't had to rely on scoring from corners and set pieces. This time it's Busquets with a flick on, Fabregas on the move. And again, possibly should be hitting the target.
Well, they do have 2 big players, don't they, Barcelona? If you get your set piece right, can work around two big players.
Just. It is difficult.
It's defensively that they've really struggled, isn't it? They don't concede too many goals because they don't give away a lot of possession, so the defence is rarely threatened. But we have seen them come undone on set pieces. No foul by Zurutuza. Carlos Vela drifts inside of Sergio Busquets with that Marquise and away from Fabregas as well. Lovely run. Mascherano has half blocked him. Elizondo had an elbow waving around there as Fabregas challenged. Xavi wants more action to be taken against the Sociedad midfield player.
They're also complaining about the fact that Dani Alves is up the pitch and injured as well. We were hoping that Real Sociedad would kick the ball out. I don't think they're obligated to. I think Dani Alves lost possession, and you see the challenge on Fabregas. It's an arm off, isn't it? Dani Alves does catch it, might just open his knee up there. Tweaks his knee.
They're not obliged to stop in that situation, Sociedad, are they? I'm sure it is paid for, but he's not in any kind of danger. Medical treatment can wait a few seconds. Sociedad have got Sergio Canales on the bench there. Late signing in the transfer window from Valencia. Highly rated young player, went to Real Madrid a few years ago for big money after breaking through at Racing Santander. Didn't work out for him. Injuries along the way didn't help. Mourinho didn't show much faith in him either. And then the cycle was sort of repeated really at Valencia, and then they've sold him on for a loss as well. Alexis Sanchez. Fabregas was there and lurking. There's no foul. Alexis Sanchez wants a free kick. Gets the ball instead. Doubling up on him here, aren't they? Very close attention. And Busquets goes sliding in from the back, around the side perhaps. Just enough to get away with just the free kick against him.
It's a hefty old challenge from behind. He does get the ball, but he goes right through the back of Carlos Vela, and I would suggest that normally would be punished with a yellow card. Just maybe being a little bit too deliberate, Barcelona, aren't they, with the perhaps too many touches at times. Taking too long to find the quickest pass, which is what their strength has been. One-touch football, two-touch football, particularly in that final third.
Sociedad have got a terrible record at the Camp Nou, 16 consecutive defeats. Not much worse than that, has it? The last time the Basque club won at this stadium, John Aldridge and Dalian Atkinson scored the goals in the early 1990s. Just about have to be about 40, I think, to remember Dalian Atkinson and John Aldridge.
19th century football, John.
There goes Pedro, couldn't get his touch right. They did beat Barca at the Anoeta in San Sebastian last season, coming from 2 goals down actually. Xavi Prieto, who's not playing tonight, says all they have to do is stay in this tie, stay alive, as he put it, and they'll give it a real go in the Anoeta next Wednesday.
The linesman should have raised his flag there. He was behind the play of Pedro. Fortunately for him and Real Sociedad, Pedro couldn't get a good touch on the ball. Difficult pass to control.
Well, they're an eighth of the way through at 0-0 over the two legs. Halfway through the first half here. Away goals could be important, but Atletico crucially failed to get in the first of the semi-finals. Dani Alves. Messi's on the run. He'll try and pick out Lionel Messi. It's really the kind of ball that he thrives on. Pedro's done well to recycle possession here. Now Fabregas whipped it towards Lionel Messi, and Messi again! Denied twice. And then dispossessed by Zuratouza. There might be a counter-attack on here. Zuratouza can get this ball right. Well, he was fouled by Busquets, who is going to pick up his yellow card this time. He will complain, but he really shouldn't.
Busquets with a foul on Zuratouza. I'm still surprised whenever I see Busquets in advance of the ball, chasing back. So many players pouring forward for Barcelona, particularly the full-backs. Just leaves the two central defenders. He should be always just sitting back, protecting the back two. Again, we see here blocking off Zuratouza just shortly after that last foul. So obviously he was going to pick up the yellow card. But again, another chance for Barcelona. The first one was a decent effort by Messi, but he obviously would believe that he should have scored the follow-up. Complete miss kick. Without being on top form, they have created 3 really good chances. All 3 should have been taken. So the ball initially delivered in, as you said, not the type of cross that Messi thrives on, but they whip it back in again from Fabregas. It's an excellent first attempt from Lionel Messi. He should have wrapped up, knocked in the rebound for the second. And the second attempt.
84% possession for Barcelona. Make that 85. Vela with a touch, with nowhere to go really. Good skill again from Carlos Vela, but how much has he got to do from there? It's superbly actually, because he's found Elizondo. I think Ruben Pardo is more talented of their central midfield players tonight. They've gone for the grit. Oh, this is excellent work as well. Zaldúa went all the way. Griezmann was there and lurking. Excellent work there by the young fullback. He didn't give up that situation. Now there could be a gap though. Fabregas to Alexis Sanchez. Take on Jose Angel here. His pace has got him out of a poor touch there. Alexis. Now Fabregas. Trying to work in a really tight space. Busquets. And Jordi Alba might try a shot just to open things up here. Now Messi looking for a return past Messi. It's Carlos Martinez who blocked it. Pedro loops it in. Alexis Sanchez comes round the back and then headed it. I think he was trying to put it back into a dangerous area, almost cleared it. It's not cleared for long because Dani Alves can cross. Not taking great care with the delivery into the penalty area. Vela bravely forced himself a free kick there by just moving into the path of Dani Alves.
I think at times Barcelona, particularly Dani Alves, should refrain from knocking the ball in from on the touchline. When they advance into those positions around the edge of the box and they're cutting the ball across or cutting the ball back, it's much more of an advantage for Barcelona. But at times they've just quickened things up, haven't they, in the final third, and gives and give and goes, and the 1 and 2 touch passing. A little bit of magic from an individual, and it is opening up for Barcelona, despite Real Sociedad putting everybody back behind the ball. It's a training ground session, isn't it? Attack versus defence in the final third. In a training session, you wouldn't have as many defenders as this.
Barcelona unpicked the lock. Pretty big lock. Made no secret of the tactics beforehand. We saw the team sheet. It was confirmed. Here goes Pedro. And I guess it would take 2 or 3 Barcelona goals really before Sociedad would radically change it. They wouldn't change much at 1-0, would they? 2-0, who knows? Negative in a way because of the away goals rule. You could argue that it's away from home where you need to go for it and then do this at home. Here's Dani Alves. Zuratuza comes across to Campbell there with that little challenge. Zuratuza. Alves to Alexis. Alexis Sanchez into the penalty area again. Dani Alves in the area. Xavi with 3 around him. Serrano a long way forward. Jordi Alba. Across it goes and over it goes by Jose Angel.
Hanging on a little bit now, Real Sociedad. Messi will push the pass out to Jordi Alba. That's the position they should be crossing, that type of cross.
It's Xavi. And another panicky clearance, this time by Zaldua. So they went to Manchester United in the Champions League. Conceded an early own goal, which ruined the plan. Their record against the top teams is not good, actually. They lost by 4-0 against Atletico at the weekend. It's the 4th time that they've lost by 4 goals this season. Real Madrid, Shakhtar, Villarreal were the others. Either 5-1 or 4-0. There have been a little bit of a soft touch against the very best teams. Strong enough elsewhere to still have a chance of qualifying for the Champions League. Got to catch up their Basque neighbours, Athletic Bilbao, who are in 4th at the moment. Nice play by Messi. And Fabregas has had their best chance. Jordi Alba, little give and go. And in steps Carlos Martinez. Now Griezmann can get a touch with a little bit of room in front of him. Pedro got back. Fabregas got back. Crucial that those speedy players do that. Xavi's not going to cover the ground quite as well as Messi. Swinging it in from that deep position again towards Messi. What a header.
Still would be a surprise. I wanted to see that type of cross delivered into the box and Messi score from that range with a header. It's a great bit of skill there. From Messi through the legs, quick pass. He's under real pressure. It's a real difficult header. Even if it was unmarked, to be a difficult header to score from there.
Foul by Antoine Griezmann on Jordi Alba. Now Pedro. Fabregas, Xavi's bursting through the middle. Sociedad had to make a save in the end. It's almost crept inside that far post. The
defending so deep, Real Sociedad. There's very little chance of Barcelona players being in an offside position. Approaching 10 minutes before half-time, they're hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Can they get to half-time? 0-0.
Here is Messi. Messi can shoot. It's at the pinball table. And Mascherano was late there. Mascherano, he's going to pick up a card here, isn't he? He's gone down himself. Vela was quickest to the ball. The referee showing a little bit of sympathy here, I'm sure, before he waves the yellow card. The Barcelona player.
He's not going to get away with it.
Vela's okay to continue.
It's a hefty old challenge, isn't it? Not too much in it. It is a collision. Both players going for the ball. I think Mascherano's studs catch Vela. It's just a body to body. It does happen.
Every weekend, there's a big weekend in La Liga these days. Saturday, the two Madrid teams are in action. You see those games with us on Sky Sports 3. And these two teams in action Sunday. So Barcelona will know what they have to do. It's up to them now to overhaul Atletico Madrid. They can put it right. We'll see whether Atletico tire. We'll see how Atletico respond to their heavy defeat earlier. Is Messi. About a bigger gap as we've seen him in there, Lionel Messi. He's caught by Castañaga. So it's a shooting chance here. Messi will fancy it. Again, the Barcelona players inquire as to the referee might like to show a yellow card to Castañaga.
It's worth the inquiry, isn't it? After seeing Mascherano booked for a similar challenge. I think most importantly, this is the first set piece they've had tonight where it's a genuine chance to take a direct shot at goal. Gives into Messi. He tries the little 1-2 with Daniel. Is upended completely by Castañaga.
Zubikrai setting his wall. It's the perfect position here for Lionel Messi.
This would be a much more severe punishment than a yellow card, wouldn't it?
It's Messi. Oh, it's off the crossbar. So unlucky. The frame of the goal is still shaking. That's got the supporters at the Camp Nou going as well. Given away though by Cesc Fabregas. Griezmann overran the ball. Headed away by Ansategui. Picked up again by Busquets. Handball against Carlos Vela. He'll get a yellow card for this, the Mexican. Barcelona delighted that the referee spotted that, otherwise they might have been trouble.
I'm just going to make the point, those counter-attacks from Real Sociedad have become far less frequent. Here we see the attempt from Messi, inch perfect almost, and just a touch below. Wall jumps, does its best. Surely Carai's got no chance in the goal for Real Sociedad. Expectant crowd. So unlucky there, Lionel Messi.
is Vela. Just trying to suck Busquets into a challenge there. It's good covering by the Barcelona midfield player. Miscontrolled by Dani Alves. Got a good record in the Copa del Rey, Dani Alves. Won it with Sevilla before came to Barcelona. 82% possession. It's against the team that played in the Champions League this season in Sociedad, remember, but came here with a plan. The plan was to try and strangle the life out of Barca. Stay in the tie ahead of the second leg next week. Barca won the Copa del Rey more than any other team, but a long gap without winning it until they won it in 2009 and then 2012. Really has risen in status again, the cup competition in Spain, where the teams are putting out just about as strong a team as they can manage, the big clubs included. Real change in status for the competition.
As you said, John, it's the top four from last season.
And we could have a Clasico final. Probably will have. Here's Messi. Given away by Lionel Messi, picked up by Jose Angel. But no obvious forward ball to play though when they win it back like that, because Vela and Griezmann are tucked back in as well.
You would imagine that Anasati could afford to leave one of those two up front, possibly both of them. The first line of defence, but they're deep. Then the midfield are even deeper. The back four, back five are barely moving away from the edge of the 18-yard box. You look at his first half performance and you just wonder if Iniesta could be the key. They need the more players the better they have on the pitch, Barcelona, that can beat a player with individual skill. The obvious option for Tata Martino.
Because Messi trying to do just that, but it's just another line of defence there every time, and now Vela will try and chase through here. Mascherano's got a problem. Vela's in. Terrific save by Pinto. Vela wants a penalty. Mascherano was dragging and pulling at him. He was just left for dead there, Javier Mascherano. Well, he held on, and Barca held on. Two crucial saves though by the veteran goalkeeper. Arasate's got a plan, it almost worked.
And I think Vela had a cause for a complaint there. Certainly impeded on his finish. And Mascherano pulling him.
Xavi. Deflected off a defender, it's a corner.
Then it's just a hope for ball downfield, his clearance. Mascherano should be favourite, Vela's quicker. Mascherano's all over the back of him, and he does certainly does do enough there to put Vela off of the finish.
That's a penalty.
And he's dragging him away, he's making him lose balance.
Here's Pedro. And Busquets! And it's in! Sergio Busquets with what could be a crucial goal to finally open up this game for Barcelona. Just seconds after they really should have conceded a penalty at the other end. Sociedad can feel hard done by there. But Busquets is delighted. Barcelona relieved.
Plays his Neymar and Bartra sitting in the stands as well. It's relief, as much as joy for Barcelona. Relief that they didn't go 1-0 down, relief that there wasn't a penalty, and immediately open the scoring and go 1-0 up. I think the Real Sociedad players are still annoyed by the fact they didn't get awarded a penalty.
Oh, Inigo Martinez sent off. Well, what a blow. Central defender, one's been taken off injured. I must confess I didn't see what Inigo Martinez has done. Could be what he said.
It must be what he said. See, even Xavi was looking in astonishment. You see the ball delivered into the box, it's kept in the danger area. Busquets, one of those bigger players, one of the bigger players along with Piqué. He's there at the far post. He does well actually, because he takes his time and he finds the corner in a packed area like that. It would be easy for him just to have swiped and hit and hope for the best. But he found the corner. It's a big goal. What a massive turnaround. What a turning point. That last 30 seconds, 60 seconds.
It's his first ever goal in the Copa del Rey. His third of this season, though. In 3 different competitions. In football matches, even two-legged ties can often hinge on a crucial moment or two. One of those situations that Vela, he was honest, wasn't he? He tried to get on and get his shot in. He did get his shot in. He was denied. He allowed his legs to crumple and taken the penalty. It might have been a red card. It would have been a red card as well for Mascherano, wouldn't it? Instead, the whole thing turns around. Inigo Martinez has got himself sent off somehow. And Barcelona now against 10 with the lead. Will fancy their chances of going through from here. Got a corner as well. Scored from a set piece. Just get a second.
Oh, he lost Mikel Gonzalez, didn't they? One of the 3 central defenders. Now Inigo Martinez sent off with a red card.
A player who gets linked with Barcelona regularly is Dani Alves. Goal kick. The only thing that's wrong about linking Inigo Martinez with Barcelona is that he's a defender. And they never sign defenders. Well, it's been an eventful first half. Barcelona had plenty of chances, but they conceded chances as well, and this was a crucial moment. Mascherano pulling back on Carlos Vela. No goal, no penalty, no red card. Within seconds, Barca were up the other end, and they'd taken the lead through Sergio Busquets. It's half-time, and Barcelona lead by 1-0.
Yes, incredible how things can quickly turn round. Sociedad claiming a
Not
penalty.
predictable anymore, because then anyone can get the ball. But now everybody's standing and waiting until Messi gets the ball.
And he's not playing at his very best right now, which you have to if you're going to be playing with those type of tactics.
He is. I mean, he's not the Messi we used to, definitely. He's dropping too deep. He's still arriving in those areas trying to score, but Messi is not a player that, like, Fabregas would be the one to arrive into the box. Xavi would be that one, but not him.
And of course, he is coming back from injury, and he may well go and score a hat-trick in the second half. Let's rejoin Terry Gibson and John Driscoll.
Welcome back to the Camp Nou. Barcelona leading this first leg. Their Copa del Rey semi-final by 1-0. Goal scored by Busquets right at the end of that first half. The 99th goal this season for Barcelona, which is good, of course. They, at some point, will move on to their 9th season in a row of scoring at least 100 goals. Could have been then if Carlos Martinez hadn't cleared that. It's the same team, bar the changing goal from Barcelona, that were beaten by Valencia in La Liga at the weekend. And a very defensive-looking Sociedad team, but they've lost 2 of their central defenders. Mikel Gonzalez to an injury, and then Inigo Martinez to a red card. Descent towards the referee after the goal that Barcelona scored, which came so quickly after Sociedad really should have had a penalty. Dani Alves can't get away from Jose Angel.
I don't think we're actually going to see much difference from Real Sociedad, even now down to 10. One player short that they are against Barcelona. Still going to have to be patient, come up with the odd bit of brilliance to try and create a chance. I would imagine being more hopeful, they would convert more of those chances in the second half.
Is Jordi Alba. Almost fell kindly for Pedro. Moved on to Sergio Busquets. Looking for Alexis. Hacked away by Zurutuza. Fabregas to Messi. Keep an eye on that observation from Tenkata. Carlos Martinez had to deal with that. It's a corner.
I think the biggest disadvantage for Real Sociedad will now be the fact that Griezmann and Vela are back out, helping in defence. It's not going to be an outlet ball for them. We saw a couple of hopeful clearances chased down by Vela, and Griezmann caused Barcelona problems in the first half.
Is Fabregas. Dink back in again. Elizondo won it. Jose Angel cleared. Barca scored 22 goals in 8.5 games of Messi's return. It's not bad, but they did score 33 in the 10 games without him, which is a higher rate of scoring. They've got around Vela. This time gave Mascherano crucial protection. Already been booked, Javier Mascherano. Probably would have been a straight red anyway for the foul on Vela. There's Dani Alves, back to Alexis Sanchez. Decision for the assistant and the referee to make. Alexis Sanchez says it was deliberate block off by Jose Angel.
Jose Angel was also claiming the foul as well. Still think it's worth Arasati trying to leave Carlos Vela up the pitch.
Well, an away goal is so crucial in two-legged knockout football. The flag is up now against Alexis Sanchez. 2-0 is a really bad result for Sociedad, because I just can't imagine them beating Barca 3-0 in the Anoeta.
And also the fact that it occupies defenders. You see a couple of Messi and Alexis Sanchez both in offside positions there. If you occupy the defenders, what's going to happen now is even Piqué is going to be able to push forward. Busquets can push on because he doesn't have to give any protection to Mascherano and Piqué because there's no one up the field. I think with two banks of four and with Vela or Griezmann in the attacking position, it looks like Griezmann is going to be the player most likely to drop back into midfield on that left side.
Ridiculous from Inigo Martinez, wasn't it, in the circumstances? Obviously we don't know what he said, but to get yourself sent off when you're up against it, away to Barcelona in the Camp Nou, inexcusable.
And only the one goal down as well. He should have remained more level-headed than he was. It was 82% in the first half. I think it might even go up in the second 45 minutes in terms of possession.
Free kick against them. Dani Alves has gone down on his knees, just in despair this time though.
I thought there was enough of a pull from Dani Alves on the shoulder of Zuatuza.
Not nearly as much as there was from Mascherano on
No.
Carlos Vela. Sometimes look at Tata Martino and wonder whether he's enjoying his time as Barcelona's coach. Difficult job to enjoy, isn't it, being in charge of one of these big teams? It's the kind of thing you aspire to all your life as a coach. Short there, the return pass by Busquets wasn't a great touch. Pinto has made two big saves. Early from Griezmann, and then the one from Vela. Well, there are plenty of blue shirts up the field at the moment. We'll see how quickly Barca can attack. Not especially is the answer, and everyone just funnels back into position again for Sociedad. There are 9 outfield players. Pedro to Fabregas to Jordi Alba. Good defending by Carlos Martinez, one of these long-serving Sociedad players who came through the ranks. He was a university player before he came to play for Sociedad. Puyol on the bench. He's as animated as anybody out on the pitch, isn't he? Puyol was sitting on the bench.
He has been the heartbeat of the team for so many years. Leader of the team as well. I think he's sorely missed for so many different reasons.
10 appearances this season. He's closing in on 600. 9 away. Sure, he'd hope to get there this season. Good work by the fullback, Jose Angel, former Sporting Gijón player. Went off to play in Italy and was allowed to come back on a 2-year loan. Vilabea is injured, so he's not having to share his appearances. They've loaned out Cademuro, who's another left-back, good player actually. Cademuro is going to play for Mallorca in the Segunda, the second division. Piqué showing off his ball skills. Here's Xavi on the ball, and that is pass number 101, which is more than the entire Sociedad team put together in this game. Here's Pedro. Pedro shot. Zubicaray got a hand to that. It's a corner.
Decent save from Real Sociedad goalkeeper there. Pedro cuts inside, unleashes a real good effort. Powerful attempt. Creeping at the near post. Goalkeeper has to push it round.
Here's Pedro. Dicks it into the middle, header by Anzutegui. It's another corner. Cut back this time. This time it was Messi to Fabregas. No foul by Busquets. There's Tanyaga away. No joy at all for Vela. Oh, it dropped for Lionel Messi. Went between two Sociedad players. Not even the great man could react in time for that one. Catalonia against the Basque country. Oh, here goes Messi. No foul by Messi on Zubicaray. Now the referee's whistle does sound.
It's a cross he's entitled to go for. Should be a cross where the goalkeeper expects the striker to be attacking. He's not going to get an easy ride there. He does well. Zubicaray with the punch. Collides with Messi.
There were 8 Basques in the starting 11 for Sociedad, 6 Catalans in the Barcelona team.
Oh, this the better for Real Sociedad. Stoppages and breaks in play. Zaldua goes up with Jordi Alba there.
Not making much of an attempt to win that ball, was he, Jordi Alba? Griezmann has as much of a chance to show us his attacking skills. I'm sure he will do for the rest of the game. And ball there by Elizondo. Just left a trailing hand to act as the last line of defence.
Suspicion. Able to confirm it just yet, but I think Elizondo has gone back from centre midfield into become the third central defender somehow.
Yeah, he's in there now, isn't he? That's to Anzutegui. There's Fabregas to Jordi Alba. And cut back to Fabregas. And opened up now for Dani Alves to come in. Angel came and got the block. Not sure what he's arguing with the assistant referee about. 1-0 is okay for Sociedad, just about. 2-0. I think it'd be too much. I think here goes Piqué. And offside given against Alexis Sanchez. Piqué's got 4 goals this season. Not a bad haul for him.
He's attacking the ball really well, isn't he? You mentioned the fact they've only got 2 players, big players, and on occasion Piqué was the only one in there.
Good work by Messi to find Dani Alves. His delivery's been more missed than hit in this game so far, the Brazilian fullback. Messi to Alba. Alba was looking for Alexis Sanchez, header away by Carlos Martinez. Still no Iniesta. Plenty for Dani Alves to aim towards, including Pedro, who came in and got the head to the ball. It's a goal kick.
He's looked the sharpest of the strikers tonight, Pedro. He's worked hard to get back and help out his defensive teammates. He's got himself in positions in the box to try and get the end of crosses whenever possible.
Oh, it's a lovely ball through. Alexis Sanchez is away. Big chance. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, wow, it's a goal. Off the goalkeeper for an own goal. Extraordinary. Well, they passed up the first chance. They were unlucky. Alexis Sanchez not to score. And then Zubikarai had no chance there. Extraordinary decision by Elizondo. Back at the back to hammer it into his goalkeeper. Could have put it anywhere else on the pitch. Smacked it into the goalkeeper. 2-0.
Well, he could have just let it run across his body, and he panicked. Initially, it's a fantastic pass from Fabregas. Brilliant movement from Alexis Sanchez. The back four isn't in line, and Tegui is deeper, and causes the problem. Plays Alexis Sanchez onside. Great weight on the pass from Fabregas. Alexis Sanchez takes the first touch. You think it's going to go in off the far post. It doesn't. Elizondo just loses his head completely, panics. Centre midfield player playing in the 3-man central defence. Trying to find how I can explain what he was thinking, but he didn't. He just panicked. Threw his foot at it, and it's an assist to Elizondo and an own goal for Zubikarai.
Well, earlier on in the Madrid derby in the first semi-final, there was a bit of debate over whether they were own goals or not. I think we can pretty much put that one down as an own goal. It's just unfortunate that it goes against the goalkeeper. Well, now does Arrasate have to change at 2-0. 10 men, remember. Since being unlucky to go a goal down, Sociedad have twice pressed the self-destruct button. Inigo Martinez being sent off, and then Elizondo forcing his goalkeeper into the own goal. It's extraordinary.
Seferovic on the bench and Canales, but Agarachu's left behind tonight.
Oh, that's just ridiculous. We're watching the Six Nations again. That's Yaga, the second one. He gets a yellow card, but Zaldua had already had a pull at him. Well, this is just cynical. I mean, there's the first one, and he gets away from that. Zaldua should get a yellow card. It's almost because Castañaga trumped him with his rugby tackle.
It is a rugby tackle, isn't it? It's not just the pull of the shirt. Zaldua actually had a kick at Messi as well.
Well, he can play a bit of rugby, can't he?
He'd be really proud of that challenge.
is Dani Alves. Pedro might get there first. Carlos Martinez, big man though. Here's Castañaga. More room now, Messi and Pedro. Alexis Sanchez waiting in the middle. Made a big decision tonight, Arrasate, to bring in Elizondo, who's a bit part player. Could have played more orthodox, more regularly selected players such as Ruben Pardo or Xavi Prieto.
Also likes Zaldua get an opportunity. Castañaga, number 1. There's no Xavi Prieto. Carlos Martinez didn't start. Ruben Pardo, strange selection for a semi-final, first leg away at Barcelona.
It's a dramatic try there, isn't it? From Zurutuza, and a rapid recovery. I'm not sure Francois Pinault will be too impressed with the pain threshold.
The squeals, I'm sure he hears that quite often on a rugby pitch. Both players' foot is high, and again, once I reiterate, it's a contact sport. You do bump into each other, you do collide with each other.
Good jump by Zaldua, but it went straight to Cesc Fabregas. Castañaga to Zurutuza. Jordi Alba in his usual wing position. Fabregas trying to find Messi, almost impossibly.
And there were other passes on as well, weren't they? This pass was to Pedro.
Good skills from Pedro. Support from Xavi. He can go for goal. Down by Zubi Karai. Put it away from danger.
It wasn't the most powerful of attempts from Xavi. Possibly the goalkeeper should have held on to. Got lucky the fact it goes out for a throw-in.
Alexis Sanchez is onside.
Barcelona have to keep the tempo up. If they can get the third goal, that really will probably put the tie out of reach for Real Sociedad. Xavi with the effort there.
Curious technique, isn't it? You don't like it, I take it.
No, it was a backhand. I wasn't sure it was a backhand or a forehand, was he? He was so desperate to just punch the ball away. He just could have, say, thrown his cap on it if he'd had one, but it wasn't a difficult shot to save.
Skillfully done by Carlos Vela. Zurutuza finds the former Arsenal man again. He's only got Griezmann in there to aim for. But Arrasate will point post-match, I'm sure, to a couple of moments. The Griezmann chance early on, the save by Pinto, and then the big talking point. Vela went through, was fouled by Mascherano, but carried on. Had his shot, was denied again. And in a matter of seconds, Barcelona had taken the lead. It's close to working. Seferovic and Chevy Prieto. Just out of picture is Sergio Canales as well. The attacking options. But at the moment, Arrasate is sticking with a 2-goal defeat for the 10 men. They've opened it up slightly, haven't they? They're not all crowded back on the edge of their own penalty area. Personnel remains the same. Zaldua puts it in. Someone else had been making a run there. It was a good-looking ball.
You see Villa out on the left side there. Maybe to try and make up the 30 metres or so to join up with Griezmann. I think they're so concerned if they commit too many players forward, they're going to open up.
Here's Messi trying to open them up. Almost got the ricochet. Alexis Sanchez looking for Pedro. Tried to volley in from a tight angle.
It's a difficult technique to execute. First of all, he's in an onside position, pulls off the back of Carlos Martinez, who's weak of foot. It's a decent attempt. Difficult to hit the target. And just cuts across it slightly. Difficult to keep it down. Decent attempt from Pedro though.
Swing and a miss by Jordi Alba. Mascherano put it out of play. So we will see a debut in the Copa del Rey for Sergio Canales. He served Valencia recently. Before that, Real Madrid. And to many people, they like Andres Iniesta. Won't have a lot of time, just about 20 minutes.
I think Real Sociedad coach was looking for an app there to get 2 away goals at the Nou Camp on his iPad. Instructions for Sergio Canales, and he'll know exactly what's needed, Canales, before he goes on. I'd be surprised to see if it's one of Villa or Griezmann that goes off though. They've worked hard, down to 10 men. They need some pace up front now. 2 of those have tied.
Well, 2-0 keeps it just about okay, doesn't it? They, you know, what does it? They could will 2-0 at the end way to take it to extra time. Favours Barca, of course. That would give them extra time to score. What would be a winner? I feel like I'm clutching at straws a little bit on Sociedad's behalf, unless they get a goal though. Here's Messi. Hammered by Jordi Alba into Carlos Martinez. Pedro to Messi, turns it at such a tight space. Lionel Messi, Xavi, Dani Alves, now a big chance, sliced over the bar by Elizondo.
That's what they have to do, Barcelona. Get that crowded final third, try and get crosses in from a narrower position. Here's the first attempt.
It's his hand, isn't it? He's trying to get it out of the way.
Say the handball in the box. It's a clear handball, should be a penalty.
Carlos
It would
Vela
have been harsh, but I still would have given it.
Carlos Vela has been whistled off. In difficult circumstances, I think he's done okay tonight, Carlos Vela. I think he's shown us what a good player he is. And a warm reaction for the former Real Madrid man. Piqué will attack it, beaten in the air by Ansu-Tegui. Lovely first touch by Messi, but he ran into trouble, Zoretouza. Now there can be a break. Messi's working hard to get back. That's Messi's tackle. Now Messi's foul. A yellow card as well.
That's the last time he's going to run back then, if that's what happens. Possible free kick. I thought it was well worth Messi making the challenge. Zurtuza was dwelling in possession. Should have passed the ball earlier. It's not a yellow card. Compare that to one that Busquets went through and back with someone in the first half and got away with that one before picking up a later yellow card. That's not a yellow card for Lionel Messi.
Iniesta's on, Alexis Sanchez off. Sevilla at the weekend can't afford to go dropping points again, as they did against Valencia. Conceded 3 goals at the weekend, the first time since their humiliation against Bayern Munich in the Champions League last season.
He hasn't changed the midfield 3, has he? Tata Martino, Fabregas, Xavi and Busquets still remain. Iniesta's going to play in a more attacking position, and Pedro has switched to the right side where Alexis Sanchez was.
Dani Alves to Pedro. Here's Iniesta. It's a warm welcome back from the home supporters, wasn't it? Making a point, I think, to Tata Martino. Jordi Alba. Iniesta again. Sergio Busquets. Dani Alves, and away by Elizondo. Good touch by Griezmann. Held on to the pass, onto the ball rather than releasing Zurtuza. That says play on this time. Iniesta, on for his 50th appearance in the Copa del Rey. He's won it twice in common with many of these Barca players. The Champions League more. The European Championships twice as well. The likes of Xavi. Dani Alves to Lionel Messi. In league action at the weekend, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid go Saturday. So Barca will find themselves in 3rd position, you think, perhaps, before Sociedad play in the early game Sunday, and then they go to Sevilla. Canales. Griezmann doesn't bother chasing this time.
Xavi can't be far away from 200 now. I wonder what his record is.
Some time since the Sociedad player has touched the ball. Alves across, he's looking for Messi, Anzategi got there, Fabregas, a little bit of skill from Fabregas, he's put it back into the danger area, and Dani Alves came steaming in to win the header. It's over, just a goal kick.
Well, claiming the foul, Real Sociedad, but at least they've got the goal kick, they're hanging on in now. Fabregas, great skill, does really well, keep it in, doesn't give it up when he thought it was going out of play, and he flicks it to the far post. I actually think Dani Alves does an awful lot wrong there. Maybe Messi is blocking off a defender. But they would dearly want the 3rd goal, Barcelona. You can see the way they're building the attacks. They know they can find that one telling pass. Try and get Messi on the end of it. Or him involved in beating 1 or 2 defenders.
21 shots to 3. Sociedad have had clear chances, haven't they? 2 saves by Pinto. It's expected to be Pinto's last season as Barcelona's reserve goalkeeper, which means they'd have to get 2 goalkeepers in. Ter Stegen, the young German international, is likely to be one of those. Negotiations ongoing to replace Victor Valdez. Canales. Got a break. Managed to find Jose Angel. Sort of step over. Here's Messi with a little bit of room in front of him. And that can spell danger. Support from Dani Alves. Alves looking for Pedro. Through. As Aldua cleared. Half cleared anyway. Chooser.
See Busquets winning the ball back there. Getting 1 or 2 Barcelona attacking plays. Could have closed down quicker. Game, I do believe, has dropped down since the departure of Pep Guardiola.
$130, I think, is the answer to your question about Xavi's passes. Got 10 minutes. See if he can get up to 150.
See that closing down. Xavi went there, Iniesta went. They both looked behind them to see who was supporting them. They went and tried to close the ball down, and there wasn't any support. They're not doing it as a group, as a pack.
It's a lovely ball over the top for Pedro, and good defensive cover came from Elizondo.
They're 2-0 up, 10 minutes to go, but they should be going for the third.
The principle of pressing the ball really high up came from the top, didn't it? Came from Pep Guardiola. It was a very crucial part of his philosophy that he brought to Barcelona, because they had got a bit lazy under Rijkaard's regime. And is it then down to Tata Martino? Is it a tactical thing that they're not pressing the ball in the way that they used to?
It must be. I mean, as I said, Xavi and Iniesta was still switched on and still wanted to do it. It was in the past when they did it, other players backed them up. On that occasion, they both went on their own, and the rest of the team dropped off and sat back. And it is a change. It's a massive change. And I don't think it was effective.
It's Iniesta. Seferovic to replace Griezmann. He's a Swiss international, Harris. Seferovic came from Fiorentina in Italy. Started really well, but struggled to maintain that early season form. He can play as an out-and-out front man. He can play as an attacking midfield player.
The ball breaks in the edge of the box. Iniesta left-footed, can't keep the shot down.
Just 1 goal this season It's his 31st appearance. Never been prolific, Andres Iniesta. Got a goal in the World Cup final, which is not bad.
If they can get to 90 minutes and finish the game just the 2 behind. After having Martinez sent off in the first half and losing Mikel Gonzalez through injury early on. I'm not saying to be delighted, but I still think that Real Sociedad will believe they've got half a chance in the second leg.
Just about hanging on in there, aren't they, at 2-0. Iniesta to Pedro. Finding Lionel Messi with a volley and a terrific save. They're looking for a flag. And it didn't come to help them out. Messi denied by the goalkeeper.
It's a brilliant move.